Sunland Mental Hospital, Orlando, Florida, a place that once stood as a beacon of hope and healing, now shrouded in mystery and darkness, a place of healing turned to horror. The walls that were meant to comfort and protect now echo with the whispers of the past. Opened in 1935, its purpose was noble, to care for the mentally ill. But darkness found Sunland. The hospital was built with the best intentions to provide a sanctuary for those who were suffering. However, over the years, the noble mission was overshadowed by the grim reality of what took place within its walls. Neglect, abuse, death. These words became synonymous with Sunland. Patients who were supposed to receive care and compassion were instead met with cruelty and indifference. The hospital became a place of nightmares where the vulnerable were left to fend for themselves in deplorable conditions. The hospital closed in 1980, leaving behind an empty shell. The once bustling corridors fell silent, and the rooms that were filled with the sounds of life became empty and desolate. The closure marked the end of an era, but the memories of what happened there lingered on, and the echoes of suffering. The spirits of those who endured unimaginable pain and suffering are said to still haunt the halls of Sunland. The flickering lights and eerie whispers serve as a reminder of the hospital's dark past. Sunland Mental Hospital stands as a testament to the horrors that can occur when those in need are forgotten and neglected. Its legacy is a haunting reminder of the importance of compassion and care for the most vulnerable among us. Behind the hospital, a playground. Swings creak in the breeze. A rusted slide stands silent. This was once a place of laughter. Now it whispers of pain. Children laugh. They call out. But no one is there. Just the ghosts of children, forever trapped. People tell stories of young boys seen in the windows, their eyes hollow and sad. They peer out, then vanish. Some say they were patients, mistreated and forgotten. Others believe they were dead and buried at Greenwood Cemetery. Their spirits remain, seeking solace they never found in life. Night falls, the air grows cold, screams pierce the darkness, blood-curdling cries of children in pain. Some dismiss them as owls or cats, others know better. They are the cries of the innocent, forever echoing through the abandoned halls, a chilling reminder of the horrors that transpired within. One story chills the blood most, the story of the maintenance man. He was working late, fixing the elevator. Suddenly the cable snapped. He plummeted down the shaft, a scream cut short. They say his spirit is still trapped, forever falling into the abyss. From Tapped Out Travels, Visit in the 90s. Whispers of warning. In the heart of surrounding area, shrouded in mystery and fear, lies a place that few dare to speak of. The whispers are carried by the wind, echoing through the empty surroundings, warning those who might be tempted to explore the unknown. Locals know the truth of Sunland. They avoid the place. The old hospital, once a beacon of hope and healing, now has a playground as a monument to despair and desolation. Its walls, once covered in ivy and decay, held secrets that are better left undisturbed. They warned outsiders to stay away. The stories they told are chilling, filled with accounts of strange noises, ghostly apparitions, and an overwhelming sense of dread. The fence, though broken and rusty, serves as a barrier between the living and the unknown horrors that lied within. Don't go there, they said to us. It's not safe, not for the living. But some didn't listen. The allure of the unknown, the thrill of uncovering hidden truths, drew us in. We were warned, but the warnings only seemed to fuel our curiosity. We were drawn to the darkness. The shadows seemed to call out to us, whispering promises of adventure and discovery. With hour in hand, we stepped into the abyss, hearts pounding with a mix of fear and excitement, eager to confront the unknown. Each step we would take echoed through the empty halls, the sound magnified by the silence that surrounds them. They peer into dark rooms, their imaginations running wild with thoughts of what might be lurking just out of sight. Images of old wheelchairs with glass IVs on them. Empty medical equipment kept the chills going while we traversed the hospital. We soon regret the curiosity. The atmosphere grows heavier, the air thick with an unexplainable tension. The once thrilling adventure turns into a nightmare as we realize that some doors are better left unopened, some mysteries better left unsolved. The whispers of warning were not just tales to scare children, but truths that should have been heeded. We know we heard the knocks and voices of the abused children in the building. Sunland Mental Hospital, a shell of a building, haunted by the past, a place where pain lingers and the echoes of screams never die. It stands as a warning, a reminder of the fragility of sanity and the darkness that can consume us all. The allure of the unknown, the pull of the unseen, it captivates the human spirit. Even now, people are drawn to Sunland. Paranormal investigators, thrill seekers, they come from all corners of the world, each with their own reasons, their own stories. Some seek answers to the mysteries of the afterlife, while others are simply in search of an adrenaline rush. They come hoping for a glimpse into the afterlife. They wander the park that used to house the darkened halls, flashlights in hand, hearts pounding in their chests. Every creak, every whisper of the wind sends shivers down their spines. They are drawn to the stories of those who once walked those halls, now long gone but never forgotten. They want to hear the whispers, the faint, ghostly murmurs that seem to come from nowhere and everywhere at once. They strain their ears, hoping to catch a word, a phrase, something that will confirm the presence of the otherworldly. They listen intently, their breath held, waiting for a sign, to feel the cold touch of a lost soul, the sudden drop in temperature, the icy breath on the back of their necks, the feeling of being watched. These are the experiences they seek, the moments that make their hearts race and their skin crawl. But be warned, Sunland is not a place for the faint of heart. It is a place of darkness, of shadows, of things that go bump in the night. It is a place where the line between the living and the dead is blurred, where the past and the present collide. Those who enter must be prepared for what they might find, for once you step into the darkness, there is no turning back. Unexplained events plague Sunland. Electronic voice phenomena, cold spots, full-bodied apparitions, doors slam shut on their own, disembodied voices whisper in the darkness, footsteps echo through the empty halls. Is it residual energy, or are the spirits reaching out, desperate to be heard? Sunland Mental Hospital remains, a monument to suffering, a beacon for the paranormal. It is a place where the veil between worlds is thin, where the living can almost touch the dead. But be careful, Sunland's grip is strong, and it may never let you go. From Greg Jenkins, a visitor to the location in 2012. He found the gravestones of these poor little ones. Rest in peace, Alice Jean Morin, 1957 to 1963, Liz Martin, 1967 to 1973, David Joe Nix, 1959 to 1962, Paul Heller, 1960 to 1963, Jeffrey Hunman, 1957 to 1964, David Washington, 1961 to 1964, Baby Boy, Bell, 1963 to 1965. Jessica Blackwell, Ph.D., David D. Spence, Ph.D., Greg Jenkins, Ph.D. shared these stories below. Over the years, many stories circulated about there being strange flashes of light coming from the third floor, as well as sounds of metal objects being dropped or thrown throughout the huge interior. There were several accounts of small children being seen walking around inside the empty hallways or on the roof, which would at times alert the authorities for an undivided search of the building. According to legend, an apparition of a hysterical young girl around 9 or 10 was reported screaming on the stairwell of the third-floor landing, flaying her arms, her eyes closed in obvious pain, and creating a sight that would have anyone running to her aid. When someone would approach this child, thinking they could help her, she would stand up, still screaming, and jump off the third-floor perch. When a witness to this frightening event would run over to see where she had fallen, the child would be gone. Not a trace. This little girl in distress is said to wear a pale green dress, definitely of an older style. She was also described as having auburn hair tied in the back with freckles on her cheeks, making her look, as one witness said, like a cute little kid who just got lost. Although no one has since offered a plausible explanation for this tormented spirit, nor any information of a suicide that had involved a young girl flinging herself from the third-story stairwell, there is a possible rebuttal to the many theories. While investigating the Florida photographic archives, I managed to find several interesting photographs of children from the 1960s or early 1970s. Apparently, the Sunland hospital system allowed chapters of both the Boy Scouts and Girl Scouts for the higher functioning long-term children to function as a part of therapy. Interestingly enough, the Girl Scouts wore pale green dresses, much like that worn by the screaming spirit of the third floor. An interesting coincidence? Thank you for spending time with us. If you worked at Sunland or have stories, please share below. There is a lot of conflicting information out there. Did my best to research for consistency. Prayers be with the children that suffered and or passed.